Welcome to another 1/2 hour of Words Make People. A word is anything that brings a message to your mind. For instance, today we have a mother with us that's going to be interviewed by us, and her name is Celeste Knight. She's a mother. In the word mother is the word other. In the word other is the word the. In the word the is the word he. In the word other is the word her. Mother, the other, her, he. Mother is the boss whether we like it or not. Us men know this. Why? Because the greatest weapon is the two-edged sword. That tongue looks like a sword. In the word sword is the word word. Mother will get the last word. Children know that. Husbands know that. Your boo knows that. You know that, right? And so this is Brother Kadir, Words Make People. Assalamu alaikum. And please, as always, call a friend, call a neighbor, call a relative, call a cousin, call a co-worker. Let them know we're on the airways and they need to hear the message that's coming today. This message we have coming today is going to help us, empower us to get more resources that we need to get to where we want to go to help humanity. And so today we have with us Celeste Knight. Welcome. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And so we're here today, and we know time, it just goes by so fast, because we know in time, man will either lose himself or man will be lost. Mankind will be lost. Mankind will lose himself in time. This is a surah that comes out of the Quran. And so Sister Celeste is going to share with us some information that I think is very, very significant and very important. And when I was just speaking with her earlier, prior to coming on, she was saying some things about how there's all types of information in the Senate and other parts of politics that we don't even know about, that can benefit us to get apprenticeships in various types of ways, you know. And one of the ones she mentioned was the IT. And you know, you young people out there, you love IT. You love that smartphone. And you know, in the word smart is the word art. There's a certain way you have to do it. And you can try to share with us old heads how to do that, but it just don't work out. But we're going to let Celeste share with us not where she was born and all that stuff, but just give us a little history of who she is and how many brothers and sisters she has and cousins and grandchildren. We ain't going there either, okay? But she's going to introduce herself to let us know, because she has a portfolio that's very extensive, but we want to get to the crux of things and want to find out how she's been assisting and helping in the community to help other people in the community get to where they want to go. Celeste?
Good afternoon. Well, I have many titles, but as you mentioned in your introduction, mother is the one I'm most proud of.
Excellent.
And I like to think of myself as being a mother of my community.
Yes, very good.
So all that I do to nurture my community as a mother should. And when you mentioned the trades is what I was talking about with regard to the Senate. There's so many different trades and crafts that are behind the walls.
Yes.
When we think of the Senate, we think of laws, legislature, senators, people in business suits. But there's a whole operation behind the walls. There's a whole nother world there that we don't see.
Yes.
And I want to highlight that and actually expose our youth to these trades that exist within the Senate, to give them the opportunity to see that there are opportunities that exist
Yes.
there. And just open the door to it, to expose them to it, and hopefully it would lead to gainful employment.
Wow. Yes.
And a skill. Because I'm a firm believer that I come from a family of tradesmen. All of the men in my family were skilled craftsmen. And I believe with the barriers that we have to employment in our community, having a craft, you have that craft for the rest of your life.
Yes.
You have that skill for the rest of your life.
That's right.
You can open your own business.
Yes.
You can be your own boss. You can make your own rules. And more importantly, you can feed yourself for the rest of your life.
It sounds familiar. I'm feeling this here. I'm feeling what she's saying, because in the word community is the word come, you, knit it, unity. In order for us to have unity, we have to knit it the same way Grandma used to knit. She used to sit down and sing that old song, or whether it was a spiritual song or a cultural expression, and she would be knitting away because she had a vision, she had a goal, she had a purpose, and she wanted to make things happen because she knew what was going on during our time, during enslavement, during the times of plantation life. And we have to understand the concept we have here is words make people. Plantation. In the word plant is the word plan. In the word plan is the word A. What was the plan that was planted in the minds from plantation life? And we know for sure one of the major ones was the number one crime, self-abuse. How do you use yourself, or how do you allow yourself to be used? And we see much of that happening in our community. And here now, Celeste Knight is sharing with us how not to subscribe to that prescription. And she's opening the doors by allowing information for us to be seen and how we can go and get it, because she's exactly correct when you say Senate, or you can think of as old bald heads. Old bald heads is just doing all kind of crazy stuff against the community. And so when you say Senate now, and she say laws and making laws, but she's now sharing other information that's very crucial and critical to our existence and how we can obtain that information to help us in our community.
Yes. There's, there's so many employment opportunities there that I think that, in general, people aren't exposed to. I am blessed to be able to have been given the opportunity to create some exposure to this.
Excellent.
God willing, we will have a summer youth employment program that will lead into the apprenticeship program, and the apprenticeship program lead into employment.
Did you hear that? Get this number she's about to give you. She's about to give you Facebook, email, Instagram, YouTube, telephone number. She's about to give it all to you. And if you don't get this information, you stop crying and protesting and demonstrating, because she's allowing the doors to be open to get information that you know you need to take advantage of opportunities that you can advance and understand your passion and your skill. Please, so let's share that information with us, please.
Well, the information for the Senate, my email is cknight, that's CKNIGHT, at nysenate.gov. And my phone number, my direct line, is 518-455-2707. You can also reach me in the community, because I also do pretty much mirror the same thing in the community with trying to get people access to unions, access to any other type of training or apprenticeship programs. And you can reach me there at celeste.knight@gmail.com. That's celeste.knight@gmail.com. And my personal cell phone number is 518-253-0708. You can reach out to me at any time if there is something that you need. If you have a program and you're looking for funding, whatever, I will try to help you identify funding to get your program up and running. If you are looking for placement somewhere, give me a call. I will work with you diligently to try to place you.
I hope you are feeling her energy. She gave you all that information and even had the audacity to give you her cell phone number to call her and let her know she's going to help you. Now, if that's not real, if you ain't feeling that, something's wrong with you. You don't have the right psyche. She talked about union. You need to look at the movie, The 10,000 Men Called George. That movie is the movie that started the AFL-CIO for African Americans to get into the union. And here she's sharing with you right now with this energy that I'm feeling for her. And that's why I'm all pumped, because it's exciting. It's exciting to have others in our community that are networking and doing things to help the community. Not just you, black man. Not just you, African American, but people in general that's not has been exposed to the information that's been kept secret, that's been kept in the back, that's been kept for them. We can say that on the airways because it's true. We're about speaking the truth on the airways. So here she is, and I'm just letting you know right now, it's not going to be just one show. She got a lot of information. She's coming back, okay? She's going to be on our radio show. She's going to come back on our TV show. Why? Because there's an abundance of information that she has to share with us that was given in the introduction of Al-Islam in Focus with our Imam, Zaki Abdul Hamid. He read 15, 20 pages of her description of all the things she's involved with. And so she's involved with a lot. And so when a person like that in the community is involved with things that can help us understand better how things work, then we can take advantage of it and be able to share with our children, and the legacy goes on. So please, let us know something more about the program that's coming up that you mentioned about for the workforce development, because that's key.
Yes, so again, it's in its infantile stages, but I actually pitched an idea, and they were very receptive of it, to create that exposure and to open up the doors to opportunity for our youth. And, we went back and forth and we thought about, what would be the target demographic. And I wanted it to target high school students, to let them get involved in a summer youth program that was a paid program, because our youth need something to do during the summertime. They also need to be paid because, this is a time of the year that they're not in school, so now their family has to provide two, maybe three more meals than they did.
That's right.
During the school year.
During
And
the
a lot
school
of people
year,
don't,
yes.
they don't think about this, but you have to consider the whole of the person.
Absolutely.
Not just, what you want out of it. And I wanted to make sure that in crafting this program that I want to be mindful that, one, it's not free labor. I want to ensure that the kids walk away with a certification. They walk away with a craft,
Yes.
a skill, something that can translate. If not there, they can take that and go out in life and make a living for themselves. Because I'm very concerned with, and that's when I talk to constituents in the community, they often talk about the barriers to employment.
Yes.
And it's very unfortunate because you can have the slightest contact with the penal system and it can bar you for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
From gainful employment.
Yes.
And I think that's the key word is gainful. You have to make a prevailing wage. If you don't make enough money to survive, and if you're not allowed in public housing, so now you got to go into the private sector.
Yes.
So this is an open market on the rents. So you have to have a prevailing wage to be able to provide for your family, to be able to live, just simple bare necessities of housing.
Yes.
That we have to think about all of these things and try to create opportunities in the community where we're empowering people to be a better person, to have a better life, a better quality of life.
That's right.
And to keep that in the forefront of all that we do, the information that we give them,
Yes.
And the opportunities that we create for them.
Well, you have to hear it. I'm hearing it and I'm feeling it, and she's saying a whole lot here today. As she's letting us know that the opportunities for those to take advantage are here, and she's willing to share that information with you, and that she's a true mother. She's a mother in the community. Come, you knit it, unity. And so she's talking about how during the summertime, as the workforce development for Jonathan Jones, the commissioner for workforce development, via his director, Paul Collins Hackett, is this very day, today, the 30th of March, is having their last session to get up to 1,200 students signed up from 14 to 18 years old to work for 6 weeks during the summer and get paid, And so this is exciting because there's opportunities that's out there that can take advantage of those type of experiences that's needed. I'm here today with our program. We're going to be having the 31st anniversary of Universal Concepts at Lavelle's today. By the time you hear the show, it will be gone, but you should let us know that one of the major things that we're talking about here today is what she's speaking about, and that's a book she just bought. She just bought a book today. She bought a book called Divorce. This book was written by my son when he was 10 years old. He's 12 years old this month here in March. And so, look, he didn't have an image of himself on the back here, And so this is exciting. This is important. You must know that inspiring our children and what she's talking about as a mother to do this here. Why? Because man messed the world up. How do we know man messed the world up? As a Muslim, when Muslims go to Hajj, the man has to wear 2 diapers, 2 white cloths, to show that he messed the world up. The woman can wear what she like, but it is the man that has messed the world up. And like I know, for those of you that listen to Bob Marley. He said, we're going to chase these crazy bald heads out of this town. He's talking about those in Congress, those in the Senate. Now look what has happened. Look how many women is in the Senate right now. Did you know the first law that they passed in the Senate, the first law they passed in the Senate when all 16 women was in the Senate was to build a women's bathroom because they didn't have a women's bathroom. Now, you know that's crazy. And so all I'm saying now, I feel comfortable that we have women like Celeste Knight and other women that's in the Congress and the Senate that's going to be taking care of the business along with the young people. But for this here book, call me, 518-779-5893. The book is on divorce. He decided to do this here based on a book I brought back from Philadelphia for him to share it with us. And a lot of other young people are doing similar work, and this is what Mother is talking about today here on this program. Celeste Knight is involved in various things, and for her to give you all those contact notices, she's serious. Call her, email her, text her, because we want to be able to get our share. We don't want anyone else's share. We only want to get our share. So please share with us more about some of the specific things that is necessary based on how you have a vision and your goal and the mission.
Well, I think that, one, people have to utilize the information that's given. If someone is giving you information, seek the information. Make sure that you utilize the information. Get out and try to learn, and we should also be examples to our children.
That's right, absolutely.
I think that one of the things that is lacking in our community is we have moved away from structure. Growing up, I know we had structure, we had role models. We have to take that back. We have to be role models. We have to create a structured environment for these children. They want structure, they want direction. And we have to give it to them.
You hear that, brother? Stop sagging. Did you hear that, brother? All that slag, all that swing, that language, all that other stuff. She's saying it. I heard her just say it just now. Brothers, we have to get our act together.
Yes.
We have to make sure we're going to be true fathers and stop all this here BSing around. I'm listening to what she's saying. This is why I'm pumped. Because she's saying we have to get back and stop blaming other people to do what we have to do. Let me just interrupt for a minute here. Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings be upon him, said that the best way to educate is by example.
Yes.
How are we going to be examples in the hood and we're doing all kinds of crazy, nasty, stupid, cheap stuff?
Yeah.
This is what I hear her saying. We're going to have to step it up. And they're going to have to be men and women that have to call those out in the community that's not doing their share of stepping it up.
Absolutely. We have to have a community-wide call for accountability. We need the men to step up and be men and be examples and be leaders. We need them to be the kings that they are. We also need to...
You come back here. You're going to be the shorty from now on here.
We also need to stop sugarcoating things.
Sugarcoating.
And turning a blind eye to the things that go on in our community. If you are part of the problem, you are not part of the solution. So, we got to address this.
Yes, absolutely. I'm feeling this. This is good.
No, well, we turn a blind eye because we know who it is on the corner or whatever. No, we need to, and I'm not going to say growing up that there weren't people selling drugs and doing crime and doing different things in the community, but the men in our community did not allow them to expose their women or children to any of that destruction.
Did you hear that? If you don't die for something, you're going to die for nothing. It's better for us to go out there and help stop what's going on. And if I get killed doing it, I know that it's automatic paradise for me. But if I don't do anything at all, I'm subscribing to the weakest of faith. I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
And so we can't allow that to happen. This is good information here. This is more than what I expected here today. I'm just letting you know now. I'm just letting you know. She's speaking truth to knowledge of those in the hood, in the interior of the hood, and in our community where it needs to be said. Now, she's about to talk about mothers now. She's going to talk about the kings. She's going to talk about the queens now.
Oh, absolutely. I grew up under MGTGCC. Which is, for those of you that don't know, Muslim Girl Training in General Civilization classes, which taught us how to be a mother, how to be a nurturer, how to be a caring person and to be compassionate and to grow our community.
Yes.
And to grow a nation. And that is gone. We don't know how to cook, clean, or sew.
Well, it's here. You got it in you. You will be sharing it with them. It ain't going now.
No,
You got it in you.
It's not as
I know what you mean
prevalent
by-
as it
that's
is.
right.
You know, we had the Auburn Hill Community Center when I was growing up. You could go learn how to swim, how to cook, how to clean, how to sew, how to paint. People didn't just go. They didn't send their children.
Yes.
They went as a family. We have to start doing things as a family, and the women have to stop accepting, this lackadaisy men. Accept a man for a man. If you accept anything, they're going to
That's
continue to
right.
perpetuate it.
Absolutely.
You need to want leadership from men.
That's right.
And I think that, we as a community need to stop trying to assimilate to things and go back to that which is ourselves.
Yes.
We're the descendants of kings and queens. I often stop on 2nd and Judson and roll down my window and ask the kids that stand out there, who told you you had to live like this? And they say, what do you mean? I say, well, if I took my kitchen trash and dumped it on the sidewalk, would you stand in it all day? No, I wouldn't stand in that, Miss Celeste. Why would you ask me that? Well, you standing in somebody else's trash. Who told you had to live like
that's
that?
powerful. You hear that? This is what we're talking about here. Words make people, and they dare not to step to her because they know she got backing.
Yeah, we have to. We got to have real conversations. We don't like
Real
to have
conversations.
real
That's
conversations.
right. To really help our community.
To help
and
our
stop blaming the
community.
police.
Yeah,
And stop blaming the
exactly.
white man.
Right.
And stop blaming all others that had nothing to do with us aiding in a conspiracy against ourselves.
Right, and we need to heal ourselves.
Yes.
People often talked about victim services and things like that. We as a community need to heal ourselves from the abuse, the neglect that we've suffered for generations. A lot of people talk about, the corner boys. Well, who are they? Let's talk about who they really are.
Yes. Who they really are.
Who they really are and what they're a product of. And if you didn't do all you could do and deplete every resource you had to help these children when they were babies,
Yes.
being victimized, then you owe them a debt.
Well, I think you're hitting it right on the head because on April 11th, DA Soares is having a program where they're going to be sealing certain convictions that's going to be allowed. And we're going to be bringing that information back here. And DA Soares, I saw him yesterday with my son, and he says he's going to come on the show and share because the program is going to be on April 11th at a breakfast where they're going to be sealing certain convictions from individuals who went to jail. So they can have the freedom they need and not think that now because they went to jail, they just can't be a part of a citizen in America. And then the other thing is we're working on this national thing as locally as well too, the 13th Amendment. Okay. Involuntary servitude or slavery should not exist. And then it says accept. That amendment can't say accept. We want accept to be removed, amended from the 13th Amendment that Abraham Lincoln in 1865 from the Emancipation Proclamation that was put in place, removed. We're going to work on that. I'm going to work on that till God takes me from this earth. And then we're going to work on hopefully getting those in prison to work for minimum wage. Because if they work for minimum wage, then they can do what? They can send money home to their child. Yeah. That child will love to receive $10 a month, saying, my daddy sent me or my mommy sent me some money every month. They can pay for their own cell phone calls. They can pay for their own commissary. They can have a mandatory savings so when they get out, they don't get just $40 and a one-way ticket back to where they committed their crime. And then they can always have money to send for those who they want to come visit them. It may cost $60 to get in the van round trip to go visit someone. And the person you're putting that strain on is the person who's taking care of your child, and you're demanding for them to send you a package. Not good, brother. You know that. So we got about 5 minutes left. We want Celeste, please, to share more information about this here spirit. You're hitting the points. These are the points we have to hit. We got to have more voices talking about these type of things because we have to clean our community up, as you stated, and not look for others to be cleaning our community up, knowing that we're not giving the right face to what we're supposed to be doing.
Right. I guess I just want to end with, I guess a plea to other leaders and representatives of the community that if you are not representing your community from a selfless point of view, where you are here to help empower the community, we don't have the luxury for selfish leaders.
Yes.
So it's imperative that, when we look to leadership and we look to people to help us within the community, that people are doing things for the right and righteous reasons.
You hear what she said now. If you have an organization and you're doing it just for the money, you're aiding the conspiracy against yourself. You're fronting. You are not, look, in the word cheat is the word heat. In the word heat is the word eat. If you're cheating, you're going to catch the heat you won't eat. In the word trust is the word rust. In the word rust is the word us. There has to be trust that we're doing this for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Not to be glorified, not to be seen, but to be doing it knowing that if I die doing this here, God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, has my back. And I'm going to be in a safe place afterwards. But I have to do it for the real reasons because look at your babies. Look at your children. This is what I hear her saying. Look at our young people and they're suffering. And they're not suffering from anybody else more than they're suffering from us in the community,
Right.
in our families. You know, like I know, too many rapes, too many molestations, too many sodomies go on from not a stranger. It's from someone you know that's close to home. We have to put a cease to that. And if we don't, be assured our destiny will not be what we anticipated. We got about 3 minutes left, Sister Celeste. Please continue.
Just piggybacking off of what you said, it's just imperative that we nurture one another, that we deal with each other in a just and exact way.
Yes.
That we don't try to manipulate or use one another. We got enough of that from outside forces.
That's right. Absolutely.
That we unify, and surely we can put our minuscule differences aside to come together as a collective. I was speaking to the imam about it. Oftentimes we think that we're viewed as a minority, and well, this one demographic may be 48%, this other demographic may be the other 48%, and we're only 2%, but surely that 2% holds all the power.
Yes.
And we need to come together and collectively realize the power that we hold as a community should we decide to work together in unison with one another. We all have the same problems. We all face the same barriers.
Yes.
And those of us who have access to information, to share the information.
Excellent.
Share it with one another. The information that I know is doing me no good to keep it to myself.
That's right. Absolutely. So you hear loud and clear. She's saying the best way to get information out is to publicize it.
Yeah.
And she's publicizing it right now. And she also says we have to be just. And as the imam and I say always, and you know it, justice is always coming. You don't do what's right, we don't do what's right, you know that we're going to suffer the consequences and we deserve to suffer the consequences. Our program ends so fast. We're looking forward for her to come back again. If we said anything that offended you, call us and let us know. 518-779-5893. Don't forget you get your copy of this here book, 518-779-5893. We love you. We appreciate you. Our community is going to change for people like Mother here and others that's out there that's listening that's doing the same thing. Thank you very much for tuning in today on Words Made People, and thank you, Sister Celeste
Thank you
Knight,
for having
coming
me.
in today.
I'll be back.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.